Let's take a look at our radar where we're tracking some storms over in the northeast by Florence. That means that we're having some heavy downpours and frequent lightning. So I'm going to draw a tracker on here just so we can see exactly where the storm is heading. We're predicting it to keep going southeast at about 15 miles per hour. That means that at about 3:10 p.m. the storm could be hitting Florence. At about 3:38 p.m. it could be hitting Damwood, and about 3:44 p.m. it could be traveling all the way down as far as Elm. Let's take a look at what it feels like outside right now. We have numbers hitting as high as 103. These are triple-digit heat indexes, and it's predicted to reach as high as 110. So the National Weather Service issued a heat advisory for those along and south of I-20 in the Midlands, and that could last till about 8 o'clock tonight. With that, we're seeing a little bit of pop-up thunderstorms over here in the northeast areas, and that is predicted to become more widespread as the night goes on. So there are a few severe storm threats. We're at a level 1 risk for some wind and a level 2 risk for some flash flooding. So let's head over to the radar and see exactly where these storms might be heading. Again, in the afternoon hours, not too much coverage around the Midlands, just a little bit congested up in the northeast area. And then as we head into those evening hours, we're going to see a lot more widespread coverage and heavy pockets of downpours over in the southeast regions. And then as we continue into Saturday, we're going to see widespread cloud coverage, but not as much rain as we're going to be seeing tonight. So let's continue to look at those temperatures for tomorrow. We haven't seen temperatures this low since early June. We're only hitting a high of actual temperatures of 82 degrees and feel like heat indexes of 87. So this air is going to be a lot cooler, a lot drier, and a lot more bearable than what we are used to in July in the Midlands. So let's head on into our 10-day forecast for this upcoming week. Sunday is going to be feeling very similar to Saturday. It's going to be a high of 81 and a low of 69. We haven't seen that since June 8th of this year. And then as we head on into the rest of this week, temperatures will begin to climb as we head towards Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but lows will stay consistent at the lower 70s.
The city is also taking steps to keep pedestrians safe along Millwood Avenue. Our Carolina Insider's Isabella Augostino brings us the details.
Sirens, breezing through red lights, heavy foot traffic. All of these things are everyday occurrences along Millwood Avenue.
Yes, I struggled across the road.
This is Dreher High School security guard Mel Darden. Every day he stands at the corner of Millwood Avenue and is alarmed that having 4 lanes, 4 businesses, and a school creates a dangerous mix of traffic.
Cars are coming down doing 30, 35, 40 miles an hour. It's hard to get across with one light.
I'm crossing the intersection of Millwood Avenue and Divine Street, where these 4 lanes of heavy traffic actually act as the commute for most students attending Dreher High School. And between the lack of signage and high traffic area, these are the reasons why Columbia is ranked the 12th most dangerous metropolitan city for pedestrians.
Other data from the city says that 43% of crashes resulted in the death of a pedestrian. Overall, crashes with pedestrians total up to almost $700 million in economic costs to the city. The South Carolina Department of Transportation declined an interview, but says improvements are still under review for Millwood. In previous years, they resurfaced the road and added better bike lanes. They also added this high-intensity activated crosswalk signal designed specifically to enhance pedestrian safety. Next, the DOT says it will put up more visible signage, pavement markings, better signals, curb extensions, and raised mediums. Within the next year, the SCDOT hopes to have the design fully developed, and by 2027, construction is projected to begin. For Carolina Insider, I'm Isabella Augostino. There's been a wreck is a phrase very few people want to hear.
And got about halfway down the staircase and then saw the debris and all the dust and smelled the grease trap.
But for the general manager of Black Rooster, Elliot Stegall, this was his Saturday night.
I think most of the staff, including myself, is just still trying to process it.
The Lexington Police Department told media outlets they were pursuing a vehicle around 11 p.m. Saturday night before losing sight of the car. They say the driver of the car was going close to 100 miles per hour down Sunset Boulevard. West Columbia Police Department reports claim the SUV ran off the road, hit a tree, and crashed into the side of Black Rooster. 2 employees of Black Rooster were hurt, and the driver of the SUV was treated for minor injuries. Authorities identified the driver as a 16-year-old girl who reportedly told police she was trying to stop her boyfriend from going to a bar.
Can't ever account for something like this. I'm sure it's going to be a minimum of 2 weeks. We got a lot of repairs and a lot of inspections to go through before then.
Construction and planning crews have already started their work on Black Rooster, including the grease trap that was directly hit. Black Rooster does not have an official reopening date, but Stegall says he's grateful for the community response to the situation. For SGTV News, I'm Isabella Augostino.
A different kind of border battle has come to USC campus this week. Here with more on that is our own Isabella Augostino from Green Street. Isabella?
Thanks, Zaria. I'm here on Green Street where students are not only coming together to beat their rival, but to save lives. The Carolina Clemson Blood Drive is one of the largest in the country, and this week is their 41st drive. While these lines may not look long, the impact is big. Last year, USC collected over 2,000 pints of blood and saved over 6,000 lives, according to the university website.
I feel like it really makes us all look at the big picture.
Red Cross blood research shows donations decreased right before the holiday season due to vacations, seasonal illness, school breaks, and severe weather.
I think people don't realize how much this means and how much this can do to help save people.
So between the American Red Cross and campus committee, there are over 11 locations to donate blood.
If you're looking to catch the last hours of donation, there are a few eligibility requirements to keep in mind. You must be at least 110 pounds, in good health, 17 without parental consent, and you cannot have donated in the last 56 days. Back to you, Zaria.
Thanks so much, Isabella.
Coming up on this edition of Carolina Insider, the city is finishing up improvements to Finley Park ahead of its grand reopening.
2 kids on my floor had black mold in their room.
And why a popular dorm in the heart of USC's campus is closing its doors. But first, how the government shutdown is causing flight fiascos at local airports. Carolina Insider starts now.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Isabella Augostino. Our top story today, emergency railroad repairs are slowing things down in downtown Columbia. If you ran into heavy traffic this morning, it's because repairs are underway on a rail line that crosses Assembly Street. So Assembly Street is shut down between Blossom and Whaley. Traffic is being rerouted to the west. The closure is expected to last through at least 7 p.m. tomorrow, so you can expect more delays on your way home and might want to find another way around. Flight cancellations continue to disrupt air travel nationwide. That's impacting major airports, including those right here in the Southeast. Even if lawmakers vote to reopen the federal government, it's unclear how long it will take for things to get back to normal. Here with more on how this could affect you from the Columbia Metropolitan Airport is our very own Morgan Dunn. Morgan?
Thanks, Isabella. If you're worried about the government shutdown affecting holiday travels, but are traveling out of Columbia, you may also experience some delays. As you can see, many of the places Columbia flies to are on the FAA's list of the 40 airports experiencing cuts due to the shutdown.
Columbia is a small airport, but is still feeling the effects of the shutdown, with several delays and TSA workers remaining unpaid. Kim Crafton, the Vice President of Marketing and Air Services for the Columbia Metropolitan Airport, says Columbia has been feeling the effects of the government shutdown.
We have seen a number of cancellations and delays into a number of the major hubs that we fly to.
Flyers coming from or going to those hubs have been experiencing those issues.
My flight was 20 minutes delayed, but enough to make my connecting flight a nightmare.
Crafton said she is hopeful that talk of the shutdown ending will make everything go back to normal, but it is unsure when that will happen, or if the shutdown will be an immediate fix. Back to you, Isabella.
Thanks, Morgan. Holiday travel plans seem to be taking a hit, especially among Gen Z travelers. According to the data analytics from YouGov, only 30% of Gen Zers plan to travel for the holidays this year. That's down 44% from last year. Research shows finances are playing a role. Some experts believe the trend could push travel and hospitality brands to promote local experiences, staycations, and flexible pricing options. Turning now to growth and development news, many historic buildings here on USC's campus are about to undergo renovations as part of the university's master plan. Carolina insider Abby Gavelets takes us to one residence hall, long overdue for an overhaul.
Luke Duffy and Liam Osier live in the McBride dorms that live in what some call the best location on campus.
It's just central to everything.
But they've noticed some of McBride's ongoing issues.
Our friends down the hall, they had mold, and then our friends like across from us had mold in their AC.
In just 2 to 3 months, these historic dorms will be demolished to accommodate new and improved university housing in this prime spot of campus. So what can you expect to see with this renovation?
The residence hall where McBride is currently is going to bring about 1,000 new beds to campus by fall 2028.
There will also be an extension to the Honors College, a more modern interior and exterior, and even the possibility of a name change. This entire project has a budget of $185 million. This is all part of USC Next, a program to renovate the historically worn-down buildings on campus to accommodate the growing population of the university. The plans for this program are to renovate and update the buildings in the historic core, which includes Sumter Street, the Horseshoe, and those surrounding areas. In the coming years, you may notice construction on buildings such as Barnwell College, Bates West, and the McKissick Museum.
But I don't know what they're turning this place into, but it definitely does need a renovation.
For Carolina Insider, I'm Abby Gavelets.
There's change coming to Columbia's Bull Street district as well. According to the state newspaper, a 7-story boutique hotel called Grand Willow will be built behind the REI store next to Segra Park. The Hilton-branded hotel will have 136 rooms, plus a rooftop bar and restaurant. It's set to open in late 2027. And after years of renovations, it's all hands on deck for construction crews at Finley Park in downtown Columbia. They're getting ready for this weekend's grand reopening events when they'll unveil some major upgrades, including a new fountain, accessible playground, and stage. Thousands of visitors are expected to attend the 2-day event. Celebrations kick off things Saturday with the grand reopening ceremony at 10 a.m., followed by a day-long Jam Room Music Festival from noon to 10 p.m. On Sunday, you can enjoy more good vibes and fun. Day 2 of the festival begins at noon and goes until 8. There will be live music and food trucks, and many community organizations will be on site. The weekend closes with headline performances by Charleston Band, Shovels and Rope at 6:30. All events are free and open to the public. If you go, you'll find free public parking at several city parking decks and a free shuttle service. The city is implementing several safety measures, including a clear bag policy. That's it for this edition of Carolina Insider, a student production here in the Kennedy Greenhouse studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communications. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow.